Incoming, sir. Location looks to be Central Indiana. Fire up those sirens, Sergeant. Brian K. Morris. He came without warning.
How dare you!
Seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
How the heck are you? Good morning. Welcome to No Warning, because that's about what we gave you, no warning. But if the cool kids know that we're here just about every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. I'm author, broadcaster, and former mortician's assistant Brian K. Morris. That's how I know. Anyway, hope you had a great weekend. We did. We are going to talk about our adventures in Champaign, coming home to Champaign. All my sideburns are a mess. And we're going to pay some compliments. Somebody may want to tell Jeffrey Hayes we're going to say some nice things about him soon. But anyway, we're glad you're here. We've got comments already accumulating in the queue. That's a French word for line, I found out in my senior year of high school. And anyway, and this is just preventing some carpal tunnel. No, it's not what you're thinking it is, okay? Otherwise, it'd be both hands. Anyway, we are going to get this this extravaganza going. And first thing we want to do is thank and compliment supporters. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly with an affordable monthly stipend. And even $1 will get you something from me, like 2 blogs a week and who knows what else. And these wonderful people, many of whom have their own active Patreons where they give you some interesting stuff, like Cindy, Jeffrey, Molly, John, Dan. the line gets longer and longer. Damien, Morgan. Oh, Morgan's very busy. We love her. Eric, Brian. Oh my God, Brian is a paragon of accomplishment. Kelly, Amy. Oh my goodness, Grant, Angie. Oh my, Renmillion. Oh, Renmillion. You got to subscribe to her. She's got all kinds of cool stuff on her page, great artwork and such. But anyway, if you want to see your name on this card here and get your name in our future publications, then you need to go over to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And it's not just it's need. Go over there. And I said we were going to say some nice things about Jeffrey Hayes. We are going to say some nice things about Jeffrey Hayes. He's the head of Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you, because it does matter. Give you an idea. We were at the QuadCon, first time in Champaign, Illinois, my old stomping grounds. I lived there for 32 years. I managed a comic book, the first full-service comic shop in East Central Illinois. Also worked for our local public broadcasting station, was a manager trainee at Spencer's, the worst job I ever had, manager at the print section of Office Depot, and eventually wound up at the local water company. We know about that. Anyway, we went back and had a very nostalgic week and saw people we hadn't seen in 40 years. Now, the thing is, many people were like, Brian, what the heck are you doing now? Writing. Do all this stuff, like that's what Amazon's for. And they would say, well, let's get something of yours, and have to pitch anything. They just see this beautiful cover and they say, oh, that looks great, I'm going to grab me some of those. And you want to know what the big winner was this weekend? No surprise, kids. The Terrors. I'm in the reorder button today. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this thing just flew off the bookshelf here. And you know what was great about it? I noticed that I didn't have to pitch it. People will look at that cover and say, that's the book for me. This looks intriguing. I'm going to pick this up. A great book does have a great cover. And those are great books. I'm proud of the Terrors, and I'm proud to be a part of Spurs and Six Shooters. I almost said a bad word there. I didn't mean to, but it has nothing to do with that. But anyway, the cover did sell the book, and that was Jeffrey Hayes doing. Jeffrey Hayes of Plasma Fire Graphics. And if you want to see more of his work aside from those two places, check out the Plasma Fire Graphics Facebook page. Then go to plasmafiregraphics.com and look at the samples there, and ask Jeffrey about his indie creator-friendly pricing. You're going to be amazed how affordable he is, and really, you can't afford not to have this guy working for you. Look at that beauty, huh? Makes you want to own a copy, and many people have. Again, like I said, we're having to reorder that, and I attribute that directly to Jeffrey Hayes, because he's a master at what he does. And that's not AI, by the way. That is, honest to gosh, human effort on that. And anyway, if you want to check out what he does, please check him out on Facebook and on his own website. And please, please, please hire this guy. He is fun to work with. He will help you push your book to the next level. Trust me on this. That's Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. I've got proof. Anyway, yes, we were at QuadCon this last weekend in Champaign, Illinois at Marketplace Mall. Had a fantastic time. John Wells, another great show, as always. I don't think any of us, I think it was the first time for Champaign. Now, Champaign is a college town. We've got the University of Illinois. The people who have graduated from there is a who's who of people. John Chancellor, the newsman, Hugh Hefner, Roger Ebert is a home child of Urbana, which is right next door. They invented the printed circuit there. HAL from 2001, A Space Odyssey, was created, according to Arthur C. Clarke, in the laboratories. The U of I was part of the Manhattan Project. There is a lot of good stuff coming out of Champaign, and for years, all they could get as far as any sort of comic book action were like these cheapish swap meets, basically. Well, John Wells went to the mall and put in a honest-to-God comic show, and it was not only a delight, it was highly profitable. We had one of the best shows we've had in years. And John, thank you so much, and we'll see you in Peoria in 2 weeks at the QuadCon in Peoria, Illinois, at the Northwoods Mall on War Memorial Drive. We hope you'll come see us. That'll be 2 weekends from now. Okay, and we'll have more on it next week on No Warning. You see, it just got warned. Anyway, it was a fantastic show, and we had so many people come to visit us, like Carl and Donna, who we love. And I'm sorry I didn't get to spend more time with you guys. I was trying to iron out a credit card reader problem, and also got a number of my old friends from the comic shop, the Book Nook, and from our CB Comics Plus operation. A couple of my friends from the water company came over. If you remember when we did Never Mind the Furthermore, remember that beautiful logo that we used? Derek Henderson, who created that, came out. It was just like one person after another, many of whom there's some people I hadn't seen in like 5 years, like before the lockdown. And there were, I don't know how many people came out. I haven't seen them in 35 years or more. I haven't, which is when I left the Book Nook. These were people I called really good friends, and we drifted apart when I changed occupations. But they came in and they said, we saw this comic book show was happening here. We were hoping you would be here. They were looking for me. That was so sweet. I had one gentleman who, of course, people changed in 35 years. I have changed. I used to have dark brown hair and lots of it, believe me, and a full beard. I didn't wear glasses then because I thought the world was supposed to be blurry. And people recognized me, even with this thing on. I guess they knew, if there was a lot of noise going on, Brian would be somewhere near it. We had wonderful table mates on all sides. And we had the delight of spending over, please go to author Michaela Jade. She has got all kinds of services. She is now running not just her books, but she does book reviews that you can use in your promotion. She's even doing comic book reviews, which, and the thing is, they're all affordable. The comic book reviews will be done as if they were a professional outfit. So, if you want to get a critique, if you want some quotes to use in your publicity, Michaela will also tell you how to utilize what she does. She's got a staff now of people that help her, and she's wonderful. So check out Michaela Jade LLC for that. But anyway, I had some friends from the water company come over, sharing good times, learning things I didn't know. And it was incredibly emotional the entire weekend. I've been awake for about 5 hours and I'm exhausted. I'm freaking exhausted, and I've got to do stuff after the show. But it was a great weekend, a very profitable one in many ways. And like I said, thank you, Michaela, for coming on, keeping me company on Saturday. You were a delight. And then Cookie came out yesterday to supervise the shenanigans and help me get my tired butt back into the van. Like I said, it was a long freaking weekend. I'm sore today. My knees were crying out in agony to me by last night. But it was so worth it. It was so worth it. And thank you to everyone who came out. Thank you to everyone who came out to see me, who hoped I was there, and I hope I didn't let you down. And we moved a lot of books. So we were excited. So our next show will be, like I said, 2 weekends from now, Saturday and Sunday, at Northwoods Mall in Peoria, Illinois. It's on War Memorial Drive. And it's a nice mall. It's got lots of parking. Please come see me. I will be there. And we're going to have a good time, whether anyone likes. So anyway, you guys have been piling up the comments. I am seeing that number on the StreamYard go up, 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 and we're going to tackle it now. And thank you to everyone who came out, who was coming out to say, give me comments. And Carl, I made it. Yay. Yes, you made it. And you made it on Saturday. Thank you, and Donna, for coming out. Love you guys. I'm sorry I didn't get to spend much more time with you. It was just a delight to see you guys, and such a relief. And Charles F. Millhouse, hello to you, my friend. And speaking of people that know how to publish great books, Charles, this one was flying off the table the other day. Got a lot of people getting their Western fix on. It's nice to see how many people want it, and everyone's saying hello to each other. And please consider putting a like on this video. Thank you, Carl. Yes, if you're wherever you're watching, please give us a like. If you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you're watching us on the rerun, thank you for being here. We'll try to make this as entertaining as possible. And leave us a comment if you would. Get back to you. And hello, Damian Walbrun. How you doing? Omniversal Inc. Check out that website. He is brilliant. And everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. And speaking of brilliant, mwah, SS to BKM. Oh, darling, how you doing? There is the lovely and delightful and desirable Sarah. Sarah, how are you doing, sweetheart? Hope you had a great weekend. Grant Lankard is next in the queue. Aha! For once, I'm here on time and I don't have any prior comments for my favorite streaming shows. Oh, Grant! I forgot your comic. It's in the next room. It looks beautiful. It is the wrap-up to the Beowulf saga by Grant Lankard. I am so looking. It came in late on Friday while I was prepping to go away for the weekend. And I haven't had time to read it yet, but it looks a delight. It really does. Everybody, check out what Grant is doing. And Grant is prepping a brand new book about, well, I know Grant's going to talk. And everyone's saying hello, 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 and only half of life. Fix that. You heard the Dark Mistress of the Dark Church of the Rising Tide. By God, you better put in some effort here, people. She's going to get the whip, and she was saving it for herself for later. Anyway, Dawn Dillis, good morning to you. Mwah, hope you're doing well. And hey, Sarah and Grant, Dawn, I wonder if Dawn is awake yet to pop in. Well, we'll find out, won't we? Hi there. Hi. And good morning, good sir. Oh, who are you talking to? Nicholas Tockert, the host of Nevermind the Furthermore. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Eastern, or 9 a.m. Central, or 10 a.m. Eastern. And Nick, I like I said, the guy who from we had a nice long conversation. Derek Henderson. He's a fantastic artist. He's running what sounded like a real good game. I didn't even know it, but Winter War was going on in another part of town, which is the annual gaming convention. It's been, oh my God, I don't remember. I don't even know how long it's been going on. It had been going on a while when I first got involved back in the mid 80s. And it was a part of the University of Illinois then, and then it split off and changed hands, et cetera, et cetera. And it's a privately owned convention now, but always a good time. We haven't been in years, unfortunately, but a lot of people took time out of Winter War to come see us. And Mike Gernand, who is my dear friend, we've worked together on many things, many a year, and he and gaming buddies, and he brought a plethora of people who said hello to me and Cookie. We couldn't make it. Everyone's saying hello. And Marketplace has changed so much. The music store and GNC both were. You were at GNC? I didn't know that. They're gone. Also, GNC is there, Carl. GNC is there. Also, both the bookstores. Yeah, I remember they had a Walden Books. I want to say a B. Dalton's. Am I wrong? Am I remembering incorrectly? But yeah, they had two really good bookstores there. I think both chains went under is the thing. Yeah, the music store was gone. GNC is still there. It was down the wing at Apostolate, I think it is, a few doors from that. Between the Cap store and the bus stop entrance. But yeah, I did a walk through 3 of the wings of the mall, and there wasn't a lot there that I remembered. I think there were only like a couple of stores that were in that had that had moved to other places. I think Spencer's Gifts was also down near the massage place and the bus stop entrance. And that's at least the 3rd location for Spencer's, because they used to be on the main drag, heading towards what used to be Carson Perry Scott and Company. Then they were down the original bus stop, which was on the opposite side, the south side of the building, and now they're on the east side of the building, the bus stop. Yeah, it's where the only place I really was tempted to go into, and we did indulge, was Gloria Jeans, which I don't remember from when I was there last time. I remember they had a Starbucks last time, and it's apparently gone. It's like I told Cookie, it's like a lot of things in my life, Carl. Everything used to be something else. It was a bit of nostalgia for me there, and I've realized that I'd only been in the mall one time in the last 10 years. It was right before we moved, and I was applying for a job in loss prevention at Carson Perry Scott and Company. So, yeah, so much has changed there. It's kind of it was interesting, wasn't it, Carl? And everyone's saying hello, and I like Sarah. Don't get mad. Thank you. It is greatly appreciated, Grant. And Mike, Jimmy, Laura, Lucia DeBruin, and are you, my brother? It's so good to see you. Hey, if you need some quality artwork, hit this guy up. He does beautiful, beautiful work. He really does. And that's the Scrabble hand that Carl just pulled from the box. Sorry, Carl. Hope you get a double score with that. And peeling potatoes and Brussels sprouts. Might as well do it with some good conversation. Well, it'll get better now that you're here, my friend. Domestic life. How do you like it, brother? And accountability life. Okay, yes, accountability life on Chorus 7 is only 1.5 more pages to sketch. 3 left to ink. That's fantastic, Mike Jimmy. I love hearing you make progress. And he does, like I said, I've seen this. This is beautiful work. You got to get a hold of it. If you like fantasy, Mike Jimmy's your guy. All right. Okay, I'll do my accountability. I am about 1/3 of the way through the first draft of the sequel to The Terrors 2. As I was explaining to somebody, we got a related pages on Facebook, and the guy first, I hadn't had the thing up for 10 minutes, and he already said that he didn't like the fact that I was race swapping. Okay, because the original Black Terror was not black. Okay, he was like me. He was as white as milk, white as a milk sandwich, and he didn't like that. And I looked up his page. It was every bit as Caucasian as I am. And then he came back when he realized that everyone was liking and loving my post, and I responded to his with a laughter emoji. He then accused me of basically kind of borderline racism Go figure. I know he hadn't read the book, and it's far from it. It deals with racism, but not that way with me. But he also talked about how, well, basically he was just very, very rude to me. And I did block him, but I thought, how can I get back at this guy? Because for all my kindness, I attempt to be kind, and my bright-hearted personality, there is a streak of spite in me that is long enough to land an airplane on. And I thought, how can I get back at this SOB? And I figured it out. My first thought was I'll dedicate the next book to him. And I thought, no, that dedication is for positive things. I dedicate it to people I care about. Like this one, Brian Hawkins, the late Brian Hawkins. I dedicated it to him because I think he would have really. Because I told him about the book at one point. He said that really sounds good. I can't wait to read it. And I hope they have ebooks in heaven, my brother. Anyway, I thought the best way to get back at this jerk is to make more of it. So we're making we're cracking on the Terrors 2, hoping to get out soon. And since he's blocked, he won't be able to see the next ad I put up on that page. So screw you, pal. Anyway, but positively, definitely check out what Mike Jimmy Lord should have brewed. He is so talented and so wonderful. And you seem to be selling so well, Brian. Even the short time Donna and I were staying here, I'm sure Michaela helped, but I like how you don't stack the table to capacity. Oh, thank you. Carl, I've always been playing with my table layout. And, I've had that discussion with my friends. I just wonder if, sometimes I'm carrying too much. And there are some events that I'm going to have to do by myself, and I won't have help. I won't have people like the delicious Michaela with me. And I'm going to have to, so I've got a plan now for not carrying as much stuff and still having a goodly amount to sell. But, yeah, I'm pleased that you like that. I really, that's useful information. Thank you, Carl. But, it's that balance between bringing enough and overwhelming the customer, and I'm glad I hit a balance with that. It sounds like I did. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate the feedback. I really do. And good morning to the chat, who will probably be dumping me in approximately half an hour to get to Nick Tockert's show, as well they should. Carl Witzman, we have started that too. Only 2 books of each, so it creates a hurry and buy situation. Yeah. I'm finding a bit of wisdom in that many people don't want to buy the last copy. And I brought enough of just about everything. Although I had to come when it was only an hour and a half, so I came home to sleep on Saturday night, and rather than get a hotel room in Champaign, it gave me an opportunity to restock. So I brought more Terrors, and I had to bring more the Spurs and 6 shooters. I had to bring some of that back, and I had to bring Santa Sign. Boy, did I sell Santa Sign this weekend. I think my strongest sellers, I sold a little bit of everything, but my strongest sellers were the Terrors, the 6 Guns, Santa Sign, and the Zombie for World of Oz graphic novel. We really ripped through that one. So yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, Carl. Just always keep it stocked as best you can, 2 or 3 copies. That's a good plan, Carl. Good. I hope we get to do some shows together so I can see how well it works for you. And my phone is the last device to be able to go online, so I get to see you itty bitty, Sarah says. The other devices serve great lines. How many Tiny B Cam? Tiny and all. I'm going to come over. I'll let you find out. Anyway, really? What happened to your laptop? Sweetie? Did it go under? Is there something we need to do? Anyway, I'm glad you get to see me, though, and I'm looking forward to seeing you one of these days and soon. And great, Mike Jimmy. I agree. And oh, wow, I forgot about the Book Nook. Did you ever go there? At the corner of Neal and Washington. And actually, I lived about 2 blocks to the west at the corner of Washington and State. And it was interesting. It was really interesting. But yeah, I don't have many bad memories of the Book Nook. I was there from 77 to 89. And an opportunity for me opened up at WILL AM FM TV, and I took it after being a volunteer there for 5 years. So yeah, the Book Nook. And about a year after I left, they moved to Round Barn Center, changed the name, which I found it interesting. The late proprietor of the place was I had created my own comic book service at the time, and I was going to shows and stuff, and I wasn't doing anything in Champaign particularly, deliberately staying out so I wouldn't compete with the other two stores. But you know, he was always accusing me of trying to steal the business, but anytime he had a problem, he would ask me for advice, and he'd complain about me, but by the same token, use me as a resource for information. So. Anyway, Grant Lankard has his accountability here. I'm actually going to take a step back and try to focus on stress management. Okay. I had a few signs that my health is not good and I need to work on it. Grant, it's best to do that while you're young. 7 going on 10. And I'm finding now that there are things I should have taken care of a lifetime ago that I didn't, and I'm currently paying the price for it. In fact, I saw a doctor last week about nothing to be panicked about, friends. Nothing to be panicked about. I make no secret of the fact I have a heart murmur. It's not getting worse. It's hardly affecting me these days. What's really bothering me are my knees. Okay, and the doctor did some tests, and we figured out there's inflammation in the cartilage in both of them. But I'm trying to lose some weight finally again. And we'll see what happens. We'll keep you posted. I'll be accountable on that too. My poundage only went up 2 pounds over the weekend because I ate a little more generously than I normally do because I'm out in public. Anyway, Jimmy Lordship de Bruin says also the deal I mentioned with Hung on Animation last Saturday went through. Yes, I'll be a background artist for a huge brand. Oh my God, Mike Jimmy, thank you for sharing that. That is fantastic. Look at this, friends. Oh, I'm so happy for you. That is so fantastic. Now, I'm just curious now, is this a foot in the door and you're hoping to move your way up to like the foreground animation? Be the next, the Northern European version of Bruce Timm? Is this your goal? I'm just curious. This is fascinating. Thank you, Mike Jimmy, for sharing that. And hello, I'm tardy again. No, you were on time. You were to help me take the last load. I think this is funny. This is funny, and I love Michaela, and I am still so happy you came over. I had such a glorious time with you. Oh yeah, and anyway, there goes your reputation, or I just made it. Anyway, Michaela said she'd come over and help me carry stuff into the building, and so I get there. I'm on time. I send her a message. I'm here. And I don't wait. I decide I'm just going to, she knows what my vehicle looks like. I couldn't remember hers. I still can't. I didn't take a good look at it. You stepped out of the vehicle and I forgot everything else. But anyway, she came, brought her cleavage. And the funny thing is, I had 3 loads. The Cookie and I managed to get everything in 1 load each going out. But I wasn't going to kill myself trying to get that stuff in there. So I took 2 loads, which was all the heavy stuff and my display, and left just a little bit of stuff, to carry by hand. That's when she showed up. I think she was circling the block waiting for me to get that done. And then he told the heavy stuff. Okay, I'll pull up. I'll be fine. But we had a fantastic time. We really did. And you have to let me know where you went to dinner. We found a Penn Station last night. We love Penn Station. We were going to go one other place, but it was the lines. I couldn't believe how crowded the restaurants were on North Prospect Avenue when we left after the mall closed. For those of you who don't know, about 20 years ago, we have one avenue in town that was basically a direct route to the farms. Okay, it was practically farmland about 20 years ago, and then it got developed for commercial use, and now there is so much neon you could probably see it from space. it's tacky, but they got a lot of great places to eat now. Anyway, speak about her, and she appears. Yeah, it's like Candyman. You gotta say Michaela J 3 times. Anyway, and ta-da! And Charles at Millhouse, I'm so happy for you, Brian. Thank you so much. The Terrorist is one of the best books I've read in years, and that includes mine. Wow, that dude. I'm wow. I am. Where's my print screen on that one? Okay, I'm taking a print on that one. That is, wow, that is the best compliment you can get, Charles. Thank you. Holy God, and this guy writes some great books. Read his Captain Hawkland stuff. And we sold some Captain Hawkland, too. But yeah, that's wow. Wow. This whole show's been made worth it. Bye, everyone. Good morning. Have a nice day. Stay smart. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah, I'm very proud of the Terrors. It turned out it was an experiment. A lot of it was an experiment, and it turned out so much better than I could have hoped. That I'm still looking at wondering who wrote it. Who ghosted it for Brian? It's too good. It couldn't be Brian. But thank you so much there, Charles. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I love you, man. And nice, Mike Jimmy. Yes, definitely. Everybody, please congratulate Mike Jimmy Lordship de Bruin. He done good. And I'm reminded that I showed Mark at Midgard the recent picture of you and I. He said, you look good and you used to have hair. Yeah. Thanks for the hair reminder to pass on to you. Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, when he knew me, I was in my full hippie finery. I had hair everywhere. And you had to date me to find out exactly where all that went. But anyway, I saw him about 6-7 years ago. I went into Midgard. He didn't recognize me. Mark didn't recognize me at first until I spoke, because I have the distinctive voice. And he's like, "Is that you, Brian?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's me." Pardon me. But anyway, yeah, everyone go to Midgard Comics when you're in Charleston, Illinois. Great comic book shop there. But a lot of people. And the funny thing was, Sarah, all the people, everyone I met that I knew 50 years ago had hair, like, before they were, very modestly shaved and coiffed and everything. And I think of all the Book Nook people that came in, only one didn't have hair down to his shoulder blades. I found it amusing, and it's like, no wonder I don't recognize you. I wouldn't recognize me either if I was a total stranger. In fact, this is funny. Somebody sent me a scan of an old picture, and I knew it was an ad booklet I put together for the Book Nook when I was doing mini comics. And there's a photograph of someone working behind the counter, and I looked at it like, I don't recognize, who the hell is that? That was me at 189 pounds on death's door, because I'd lost weight so rapidly that it was affecting my health, and hair every damn where. And in fact, somebody brought a copy of Comics Interview number 16. Was me and Doug Sanford, my late boss. We were interviewed for the magazine by the late Daryl Boats. Yeah, it's another thing. It was pointed out to me that a lot of our old gang is no longer here. They have joined what has been called the Choir Invisibule. So, yeah, unfortunately. But one good thing is a number of us we're talking about, we're not getting the band back together again. Time to see each other again, because we haven't seen a lot of them since we moved, and a lot of them actually hadn't seen each other in that time. And so we had a friend, Tom Reed, who passed away recently. He was a very talented artist, letterer, figure painter, modeler, and game GM and player. And he passed away recently due to pneumonia. And if nothing else, and I think this is something he probably would have liked. All this, we've all, when we talked at the services and afterwards, we're all like, we got to get back together again. We don't live that far apart. will make time for each other. So it's one good thing about his passing, I guess. And there she is, Donna. So glad to see you, Donna. Well, I love you. Thank you for coming over and bringing Carl on Saturday. That was so sweet of you guys showing up. And yes, best news. Make sure you tell John you want next to me. Oh, I told our friend to the left. She ought to set up near us too. So it'll be great. The band will be together again. We had just such a great time, really. And you are loved, my friend. Deal with it. I'm trying. Oh man, Damien, you have. I hate to make it sound melodramatic, but there have been times in my life I have not been loved. And I tell people I genuinely do have enemies. Not just people that don't like me. I have enemies. It happens when you ascend and you don't give anybody who is, I would call them genuinely evil, a chance to take advantage of their avarice, shall we say. Let's just say I do my part to, Dark Avenger of the Night sort of stuff. But anyway, I love you too, Damien. You know that, I hope. Anyway, and I love a great many of you. And there are a couple of you I wouldn't mind loving you, but Cookie would kill me. But anyway, is Donna. And not with a table, but maybe with a dragon. Oh, cool. I would love it if you were my booth babe again. Now, Cookie may be with me, but then I have both of you. That would be lovely, Michaela. You know I love just spending time with you and talking shop. You know that. And Eric S. Hawkins, good morning. The Pro Slayer has joined us. Good morning, Eric. Eric, you were one of my top sellers this weekend. The hardcover edition of the graphic novel Zombieful World of Oz it did good. It did real good for Brian. And a great many people maybe knocking at Stone Door Studios' door on Facebook to get their copy from you. Just letting you know. So anyway, glad to hear you and Michaela did so well. We did. Michaela did great. I was just there for the ride. And the Eric Hawkins is in the house. And cool. Glad you got the comment. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Grant. And I will hopefully have it next week. I know it's going to be good. I've enjoyed the previous 5 issues. Quick question. Do you have plans for Beowulf 2? And good morning, the Eric. Been too long, says Nick Tucker. I think you're really going to like the end of Beowulf. I cry every time I read it, and I know few other people who've cried. That book. I'm blanking on the title right now, but I'm reading a book on writing right now by a man named Pat Mills, who's a British writer. I'll give you a credit. Most of you will know. He co-created Judge Dredd. Okay? He helped set up 2000 AD, the weekly comic. And he is also, if you're a Doctor Who fan, he is the co-creator of the Meep. Okay, that puts it in perspective. And I'm reading his book on writing right now, and it's fascinating. And I just got through with a chapter on the Muse, how it is borderline sorcery, what we do as creatives. And it's fascinating book so far. And speaking of my comics, check out Link of Cryptids. Yes, definitely. It has not. I don't believe it's launched yet, but please go to this page here, and there is a little button. Once you log in, there is a little button that says "Notify me upon launch." Please go check it. Put this on pause and go check that box. Okay. Now it does not obligate you to support it financially, but it helps Grant out in that he gets certain algorithmic advantages from Kickstarter. Okay, so that'll help one of our own. So thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much. Nick Tucker says, "Oh wow, I've heard of Winter War." CB Cam, you are a major pull. Yeah, it was funny because we know the lady who's in charge. In fact, she was our matron of honor at our wedding, Susan McKinney. We love you still. We miss you. But the thing was, we were told that our promoter, of course, got the mole and everything, and she got a little. It was presented to us that she was a little miffed that someone would set up a geek-related show at the same weekend of Winter War, and I'm like, we're not competing. Your people are going to go there. our people are going to come here. In fact, probably about a third of the people I talked to said, I didn't even know this was going on. So, but the 2/3 did. So that was good. But yeah, winter war's a big thing. It has been in the Shambana area for a long time, or shampoo banana, as we like to call it. But anyway, yeah, and I used to go all the time. Cookie used to run a thing called the Beatdown, where basically she'd set up a scenario and the players were just to whack the crap out of each other until there was only one person standing. Everyone loved it, but she got too busy to keep running it, unfortunately. And Walden and B. Dalton, thank you. That was it. Yes, Walden and B. Dalton. Yeah, I used to spend a great deal of time and money in those places. I'm cleaning up the boxes of our labors. And Grant, like I said, League of Cryptids is about Sasquatch, the Loch Ness Monster, Mothman, the Jersey Devil, and Chupacabra teaming up to defend the Earth from an alien invasion. Dude, that is a pitch of the gods right there. That is... Let me get my wallet and just open it up and pour it out for you, my brother. That is gold. That is a golden line there. I love that. That's super, Grant. Yeah, I'm hooked. I'm hooked, and I was anyway. I'm totally invested now. And GNC must have moved. That was just a college job before I went to Radio Shack, and that's gone too. Yeah. I saw that was a restaurant. We went to a restaurant in about the vicinity of the old Radio Shack that you must have worked at. I probably saw you there at one point or another. But it's like it advertised itself as a Cajun place. We went in and we saw Cajun things on the menu. Well, I like this. Well, we don't have that in stock. Well, they're like this. None of there, and they said all that was left was Asian. I'm like, no, just Cajun and Asian almost rhyme, but that's not what we came in for. But we stayed and we had some food, and it was, service was meh. I think they just finally gave in and became a sports bar. But anyway, and Parallax Specters, I like wings. I know. Did you know Paul McCartney was in the band before that? Anyway, Parallax Spectre, mwah, love you, hun. Glad you're here. And Spencer's was near the pipe shop, the Tinderbox. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I worked there for about 3 months. Unfortunately, the lady that was the manager, I resembled her. I was the duplicate of her husband. Ex-husband, I should say, actually. And she did not like me one bit as a result. And my alarm for my 10 o'clock appointment's gone off, so you'll have some music in the background. And Grant Lacker said, putting a Spencer's gift next to a massage parlor is a good idea. That's true. You go to Spencer's, look at the nudie magazines, and go to the massage parlor. Well, if I hadn't had Cookie with me, I might have. Michaela, I know what we're doing next time we get together at Marketplace. And it is fascinating. BKM says Nicholas Tucker. I always wondered who did that amazing graphic. Yeah. He's on Facebook. He doesn't get on here very often, but if you want to reach out to him and tell him I sent you, Nick, please do. And pass on I told him that, you inherited my graphic that he made for me. He was quite pleased that you're still using it. And I meant to say I liked Sarah instead of I liked Sarah, because it makes it sound like I used to like Sarah, but no longer do. We love Sarah. That's all what it is. And I have my copy of The Terror sitting next to my bed. Haven't gotten around to reading it yet. I look forward to hearing what you have to say about it. Really, I do, Grant. That'd be nice. Rude to BK, want me to wallop him and any other naysayers. Parallax Spectre, sweetheart, I know the best way to get even. It's Sinatra's revenge. Someone was asking, what's the best revenge? He said, living well. And right now, I gotta say the Terrors is rapidly becoming, it's going to join up there with Santa Sign and Skyman pretty soon as far as sales go. I'm very proud of that book, and I'm getting some really terrific reviews. If you go over to Amazon, where you can purchase a copy along with Barnes and Noble, any decent bookseller. And I used to be less busy, I need to be less busy so I can read the Terrors. Just read a chapter a day, just read a page a day. You'll get through it. It's not that huge a book. And I have about 6,000 to 8,000 words left to write to finish the first draft of Captain Hawkland War. Yes. That is so good. I am so looking forward to that. Oh, man. Then we get the World War II years. Then we'll see where we push it from there, right? Notice I said we. That's my alarm in the background, if you can hear it. I'm working on the Madonna. Oh, my goodness, Grant, you lucky dog. I am working on the Madonna concert tonight. I might go a little early so I can at least see a little bit. Yeah. Treat yourself, be good to yourself. And I've heard a lot of wacky stuff about these Madonna concerts, so I'm definitely curious. Or I should say, I've heard a lot of wacky about these Madonna concerts, so I'm definitely curious. Well, just bring your penicillin with you, buddy. And I need to purchase the Terrors and the Sir Clyde Elder Statesman of Geekonomics book. Yeah, Sir Clyde is awesome. He's in he's got a story in here. He's got a story in all 4 of the pulp reality books. And he's got a story in one of the Captain Hawkland things. So he's developing a resume now. I'm proud of Clyde. And congrats on the sale, Lovey. I'm excited for it. I thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Oh, I'm so happy too. It makes me happy. My experiment worked. And Carl mocks me with his laughter. I was standing here shilling for BGM from the customer side of the table, pointing and satisfied with a purchase of the copy of the Terrors, telling this guy he needed that book. But thank you. I appreciate the effort. I didn't notice that. I noticed you were chilling for me. I didn't notice you were using the Terrors as a pointer. So that's great. And looking forward to seeing you February 24th in Fowler, Indiana for the Independent Creators Convention. I will be there. I will be there with my stuff. And anyway, nice, Carl says Parallax. Hey, Parallax. And I apparently fried the laptop over after almost 24/7 use. Oh, keep it around. We might be able to figure out a way to resuscitate it or get it fixed down the road. And yes, the 24th in Fowler, Indiana, a brand new venue. It's going to be a lot of fun. And for all this time, finally gave me the middle finger. Well, oh, darling. Never mind. And SilCon People is canceled this year. Yes, SilCon, they announced last week, will be postponed until 2025. They are becoming the powers that be there are going to become a non-profit organization. So it's intended this time, I guess. Anyway, as all cons. Anyway, so we will not be in Effingham in September this year. Darn it. But I'm sorry to hear about your laptop, Sarah, and congratulations to Mike Jimmy. And that was sad, Sarah. I guess they're going to go through some changes and needed a year to get it together. Yeah, getting the nonprofit thing, that 501c, that is a headache and 3/4. So yeah, they're going to need all their energy just to get that. But I am told that as soon as they get everything straightened out and they get that place booked, is back. And Carl, I expect you and Donna to be there, and Amy and John, and Lacey, and hopefully we can get Aaron from Iowa. And we want the band together. We don't want the one person, but we want the band together. We want our people. And congratulations to Mike Jimmy and Mike Jimmy Lorch de Bruin. To elaborate, I'm going to be an artist to help out a friend of mine's brand. She's been making $1 million deals last week and now has to manage everything and has no more time to draw. Well, and so that's where I come in. Good man. Good man. Good man. And 3 loads of cleavage. Have you ever seen Michaela? Good God. There's people that don't have cleavage because she's stealing it from them. You kidding? And she's taking it as the compliment as it was intended to be. And yes, I agree with Carl. That is fantastic, Mike Jimmy. Congratulations. Michaela had 2 loads, but 3. Okay. Did you guys ever see like the original Total Recall? Never mind. Don't ask how I know. And Grant Langer says they are predicting I'm not going to get off work until at least 5:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. So you're going to have to take a nap today. Wow, but you're going to get so many great memories of that. Some of which you may need years of therapy for. But anyway, seriously, it's a great opportunity, Grant. I hope you have a good time. I want to hear about it next week, okay? And mockery goes everywhere. Wow, Grant. Well, Carl, I don't know if you've seen any of the articles, but apparently Madonna has been going on stage sometimes, 3 hours later. That is not good. I've been hearing in some venues that there have been some acts that have gone like 2 or more hours late from their announced times, and people have gotten class action suits against them. So, Madonna may be seeing some jail time, baby. But no, I remember when I lived out in the Washington D.C. area, Sly and the Family Stone were appearing at one of the local venues, and that shows you how far back it was. And they showed up like an hour and a half late, and there was almost a riot because of it. And the band just kind of came on stage and kind of laughed out. Of course, this was during the start of Sly's dark days, Probably ones he doesn't remember at this point in time, but yeah, that's not good. Anyway, BKM, anyone who does not have enemies haven't stood for anything. Well, as well as I do, Nick, I do stand for things, and it's truth, justice, and the American way, or something really idealistic. But yeah, I've got a few people because I don't put up with that sort of thing in my life. In fact, I rejected a job, and I had kind of second thoughts about it, and then I looked into. I'm not going to go into depth on this for obvious reasons, but I saw they were friends with somebody who had hoodwinked a number of their close friends in a deal that did not exist. It was a major scam. I don't know that they made anything off of it, but they got uncovered for the scum they were. So anyway, that's all I'll say about that. So it reaffirmed that it pays to listen to your spider sense. Okay. Grant Lankard is working on a Beowulf number 0. It's going to be double size, so probably on 2025. Excellent. Keep us posted, my brother. And algorithmic, but it's well known that Al Gore has no rhythm. That's true. And Elvis and Michael J. Fox has no Elvis in him. Who remembers that song? And Michaela J., did you know if your favorite creator is on Patreon, you can be a free Patreon to show your support. And you can try it at Michaela. You can try it on Michaela Jane's page. You can try it on Brian K. Morris's page too, because I don't know. I was telling Michaela, I don't know how that works. But if it works, that's fine. We'd love to get some more people there to read my Twice Weekly blog and who knows what else. And I think the Pat, yes, thank you very much, Damien. The Pat Mills book is called Page Turners. Yes, and I'm having a great time reading. It's a great read. It moves fast. And it's got a really decided great attitude about it, which is kind of like cranky like mine. And you can be tardy. I usually am. You know that I am prompt to the point of obsession. I qualify. And don't forget to go to Nevermind. Furthermore, after this, check out that link. Go there. Nick Tocker's going to have a great show for you, and you can go there and complain about this one. And Brian, I'll be in contact about the project we talked about. Yes, I've been thinking about it. I think I have it worked out. I've been thinking about it too, and I've got a couple of ideas for my contribution to it. Anyway, I'm excited. This is great, Charles. Thank you for the heads up there. I'm excited. It always turns out great when Charles and I collaborate. That's the way it works. Sarah, it happens with electronics, and I can use it to write, etc., and then use a thumb drive to get it online. I'm surprised it's lasted this long for as much as I was using it. I'm rough on laptops too. I really am. Although I managed to make them work. I think the least I've owned one was 6 years. I may have another extra laptop. I'll take a look sometime, Sarah. And you can always judge a man by his enemies. If that's I don't know. In my case, if I don't have any real Lex Luthors. I don't have any real pains in the butt. Because I tend to deal with them. I give them a smackdown and they don't bother me again. So that's fine. And what I do, if they can't take the aura of success, that's on them, right? That's what we're doing, is we're succeeding. We're taking you with us, and we're helping each other. That's what the rising tide does. Writing and listening. I start writing while I'm hearing. Oh, God. We better be careful what we say then. And thanks for the show, Brian. See you later. Carl, thank you for being here. And again, thank you for Saturday. Thank you for being here. You don't know how happy I was to see you and Donna. It really meant a lot to me. And I almost forget, there's an episode of Grant Draws tonight. Check out Grant. Always entertaining, always fun, always enlightening. And 9 p.m. Eastern. Check out Grant's channel and get there and prepare to learn something. And speaking of learning something, we are at 54 and a half minutes. And definitely. Until next week, Donna. Thank you again for showing up on Saturday. Love you, hon. So glad you were there. And so, excuse me, we're going to free you guys up to go to Nevermind the Furthermore with Nicholas Anthony Tockert every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. And after that, go to Discord, I think it is. Go to the Indie Creators Network and check out Nita Lanning and Daphne Lage. They always have great opinions, always entertaining, always uncensored, unfiltered, and unbelievable. They are great. I love those ladies. Tell them we sent you. And love you, Sarah. Mwah, big time heart symbol. Love you, honey. And we will talk soon, I promise. And everyone have a productive day. Talk to you all later. Don Dula says, sneaking out. I was in the shadows. Ooh, you ninja babe, you. Anyway, hey, hope to see you when I'm in now at the Northwoods Mall. So real fast, while you're all going over to Nick's page, which I urge you to do, please, thank you for being here. Thank you for helping with the great sales on this so far. We are so overwhelmed with your response and the compliments we have gotten. We are so grateful that you're enjoying the Terrors and recommending it to your friends all. And if you haven't gotten your copy, it's available on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. Any really good bookseller will have it on their page. If they don't, they're scum. They're probably communists or something. But anyway, also, here's a little tip, and this started last week. If you have Hoopla, the Terrors is on Hoopla. You can read this for free. Brian still gets paid though. But anyway, you can check it out on Hoopla. You can for 21 days, and you can renew it anytime you want. And it's for active library card with your local library. Then you hook that up to the Hoopla, and you've got like 21, I think it is, checkouts you can do every month. And it includes comic books, graphic novels, movies, television episodes, music, all kinds of different stuff. It's not just books, okay? It's like having a library under your armpit. I think I could sell that better. But anyway, check out Hoopla. It is great. It is a great service, and you will love it. And everyone be productive today. Charles says so. We love you, brother. Love you. And I look forward to your information. Anyway, if you want to find out more about us, go to risingtide.pub. That's where you'll find all things Brian and the beautiful website that Damon Waldron has designed. Also, we want to thank our Patreon subscribers who keep the Rising Tide flowing. And if you want to find out what we're all about and take a look at some samples of our twice-weekly blog, every blog deserves the name, go to patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And learn what we do. And also, we want to give a great shout out to Jeffrey Hayes. Thank you, Jeff, for making my job easier this weekend with great covers like this. Super great covers like this. And if you want great covers like that, we'll sell your book for you. I'm not joking, people. People looked at those covers and said, mine. And I said, no, your money is mine. I wasn't holding them up. I'm just pointing emphatically at them. But anyway, finger guns. Anyway, the alarm will go off eventually. Will go away eventually. But anyway, Jeffrey Hayes is a master at what he does. That's not AI you saw. That's Jeffrey Hayes' talent. And he has it by the barrel full. And if you want that talent working for you at indie creator friendly pricing, then go over to the Facebook page for Plasma Fire Graphics, and then go to plasmafiregraphics.com and check out what Jeffrey Hayes does. He is a master of great design. Great. In fact, the logos for the Terrors is his too. Is there nothing this guy can't do? He's fantastic. So anyway, at very affordable prices. Check him out. That's Jeffrey Hayes at Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. So, folks, thank you for being here. We will hopefully see you next Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. And Mark, glad to see you, brother. Mark snuck in there at the last minute. It's so good to see you. And goodbye. Mwah. See you, Damien. And I wonder how Skunk is doing. Last I heard, he was doing pretty well. He's probably trying to listen, but he can't let his employers know. Skunk, if you're listening, we love you still, brother. And we love you. And we want to tell you all that we thank you for being here. We appreciate you all. You could be anywhere, but you chose to be here with us. And so, as always, as we surrender the stage to Nicholas Stockard on another channel, thank you for being with us in Champaign. And thank you for being here. We'll see you next week. And until then, and even past then, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being weak, everyone. Take care and be good.